I know words. I have the best words.
This is All the Best Words with Matt Murphy and Cameron Smith.
Years, Bama won 3 SEC championships and 1 national championship, which is,
It's not bad, but it's not what we had for the last decade.
Well, but that's normal for just about every other.
For a big program.
Yeah, I mean, that's more normal than what, you had 2 periods of 15 to 20 years where you had the 2 greatest college football coaches in the history of the game. So the unrealistic expectations are, I don't know. I guess you can expect whatever you want to expect, but
maybe we should hire Kirby Smart.
Yeah, you should try. You should try to do that and see what happens.
First we have to pay $70 million.
That's the trouble. Hello, and the trouble is that I didn't realize the red light was on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's All the Best Words. My name's Matt Murphy, and I say all the best words.
My name's Cameron Smith. I write all the best words.
And this is, you've heard the guy say it, so I don't know why we have to say it again.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and go there since we're talking about it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Go.
And my word is loafing.
Okay.
My word is loafing. LOAFING. There's a lot of loafing that's going on in 2 arenas that I want to talk about. One is clearly Alabama football.
Yes. As we discussed, low-octane Alabama football is loaf.
And number 2 is in the Justice Department as it applies to the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. So I'm going to start with number 1 because it's more fun, and maybe we'll get it number 2.
That's fair.
So I feel like you have your head on straight about all of this. Football is a game. It's meant to be enjoyed. We, what I often say is that, look, I accept the lows when Georgia loses, and I let that wash over me, and I don't take it too seriously because the lows are what make the highs so good. I mean, you have to have both, right?
You do.
The only reason you're so happy when the team wins is that you would be so sad if the team loses. I mean, they go together. So you kind of have to accept both. But man, oh man, that was weird to watch.
When you see guys jogging and you just feel like there's no energy, it's tough.
Well, and on the heels of knowing what your previous coach, 1, that he would have never have allowed it, but 2, the manner in which he would have responded to it. I mean, I know y'all don't want to hear the comparisons anymore because it's all, it's said and done. But I'm watching the Marshall game, and I don't learn anything about what our team's going to be out of the Marshall game. But I know this. I know who our coach is, and I know we were up 38-0. And our second or maybe third string allowed a touchdown, and Kirby Smart was losing his ever-loving mind on those players. And it reminded me a lot of Saban.
Yeah, you have different styles. Sarkisian has a different style. Smart has a different style. Kiffin. But you know what you see with all of them is a maniacal dedication to the things that they can control. And that is effort and the attention to detail. And when they see it from any of their players, they don't accept it. It's not okay. And, I think that probably pertains to, what you're talking about with DOJ as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just don't quite understand what they're trying to accomplish. Talking about loafing when it comes to Epstein. Look, I understand that we didn't hear about this for 4 years during the Biden administration. It was not a story.
Right.
For 4 years. It became a story in part, again, because the media wants it to be, and they want to hang it around Trump's neck like an albatross.
Yeah, sure.
But 2, it became a story very much because Donald Trump empowered the loudest voices regarding this story into positions within the Department of Justice, specifically Kash Patel and Dan Bongino.
Yeah.
And all we've gotten is a bunch of runaround.
Yes.
And that's the way that it feels. I don't understand, and I do this for a living, Cameron, I don't understand what's preventing them from releasing everything. Now, and I'll stop right there and ask you, what's preventing them from releasing everything?
Nothing. This is such a massive unforced error by the administration, because nobody is holding the Trump administration accountable for any of the Epstein stuff, right? They're not.
Right.
The only thing they're holding them accountable is you guys said that when you get there, you're going to, transparency.
Right.
That's what we're going to do. And then you kind of had this weird public stunt where you gave some notebooks to some influencers, and then you're like, there's nothing to see here by.
You gave them hats.
Right. It just was weird.
Weird.
And then you get to the point where you're actually fighting transparency. And that's what we've seen with not just the DOJ, but the House Oversight Committee. They released 30-some thousand pages yesterday in response to a discharge petition. And to use a Steve Bannon term, they're flooding the zone, right? Mm-hmm. Because they see this discharge petition getting momentum, which would force DOJ to hand over everything and make it public. And instead, they're making lots of things public, but not everything. And that, to me, is, okay, guys, what you're telling us is there's something there.
Yeah, what are you hiding?
Right. That's the question. And if the answer is nothing, fine. Then don't fight it. But they're fighting it. And so I just don't understand.
Which causes a lot of confusion. It creates a lot of conversation surrounding the issue. And, frankly, some concern amongst those of us who were adamantly in support of Donald Trump, in part because of his promise to be transparent as possible in all manner of government. And this is a part of it. And I just, for the life of, I just don't understand when they say, well, what are you working on? What we're working on it. We're doing what? But I'll say the other side of this, and I know we got to move to your word. The other side to this is I saw the press conference that was held this week, and I saw a lot of the victims speaking, and that's all very powerful and emotional. But here's the deal. I don't need to be told by you, hey, we know the names and maybe we'll give up. Say them.
Just say them.
You're at a press conference. You have the nation, you have the world's attention. You say that there were people in the room? Say them. Who was in the room? Was it Donald Trump? Was it Bill Clinton? I mean, those were two names that were thrown out there, randomly, vaguely, but tell me. Say the names. Let's go. Yeah. I'm ready to go.
And you know what is a defense to any defamation action? The truth.
The truth. Right. Yeah. You're either telling the truth and these people were involved on some level. Just say exactly what I saw them getting a massage, or they were on a plane, or, you don't have to, or they were in a room with a 17-year-old, whatever it is. If it's the truth, I promise you, no one's going to win a lawsuit.
Right.
What's your word, Cameron?
My word is fig. Fig. So I have 2 fig trees in my yard.
Oh, boy.
One is from Georgia.
Uh-huh.
It is my great-grandmother's fig tree. It's a cutting from that. It basically dies back to the ground every winter because it's too cold here for the fig to live. But it stays alive, grows, and then I get figs at the end of the season. And then I have a brown turkey fig that does really well. Mm-hmm. And the point is not that, hey, figs are great. Like, that's neat. But what I realized is that time and effort and engagement are things that we have forgotten, both relationally and when it comes to a lot of things we do. We want the instant gratification, and good things sometimes take time. And what I'm trying to teach my boys right now is, hey, y'all like running out in the yard, pulling a fig off the tree and eating it, right? Yeah, it's great. How long did it take? Well, it took several years before that tree got big enough. But you like it, right? And we took care of the tree. We pruned it. We did all the things we needed to do. Yeah. So do you think that might be applicable to other areas of your life? And, the light bulbs come on slowly,
mm-hmm.
but they're seeing like, hey, wow, so much of this stuff is on demand. Get me distracted, keep me on the. They were arguing yesterday over their streaks on the social media apps. Like, how many days did you send a doodah? And I said, guys, does that mean anything? Well, yeah, my streak's really long. Well, do you know that's just a treadmill to keep you on the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like everybody does it, Dad. I'm like, you realize how many people are on that digital treadmill? And then we go back to figs. And we're like, that's real. It's in the real world. It's slow. It's kind of boring.
The TikTok's real.
This is the problem is when I have to define which reality I'm talking in. Like, do you mean real reality or you mean like social media?
So I was traveling over Labor Day weekend, and I was visiting my in-laws in Montgomery.
Mhm.
And Bob, my father-in-law, was showing off his. It's funny you mentioned this. He was showing off his 460 some odd day streak on solitaire,
Mm.
where he has won a game of like single deck. I don't know what it is. He's won a game every day, not just played it, but has won a game every day for 464 days. He's very proud of this.
Mm.
And I said, wow. I said, are there any days that you kind of forget sometimes? He goes, no, it's the first. It's the first thing I do every day. I was like, the first thing you do every day? Now, in his defense, he said that he does a lot of that while on the toilet.
Right.
So, it makes
You're
sense.
you're
Okay.
stuck there.
Sure. But yeah, to your point, it's like, and listen, Bob's almost 80. Bob can do whatever he wants to. Bob's lived a good, long life. He's contributed. But to your point, it's like, I wanted to say, what do you get out of this? I mean, I don't think you get much except, you get another day to say that your streak's alive.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing with the fig. Like, it's not exciting, right? It's just a tree. And we got to take care of it, make sure the bugs don't eat it, stuff like that, keep the ants off the figs. But it's real. Like, when I've talked to my boys, it's like, well, Dad, I got this rare new cool car. It's a Bugatti. And I'm like, cool. Where? On Forza. It's a video game. Oh, cool.
It is.
So do you brag about your Bugatti at school? Do you go up to girls and be like, guess what?
You see my Bugatti?
You see my Bugatti? Well, no, Dad. They would laugh at us because, it's not real. Okay?
Well, I'm laughing at you too.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm trying to get across.
Well, it's funny. You mentioned figs, and Bob also has a fig tree. And he cut them down last year because he thought they were dead. They had hard freeze. And one of them has grown to the size of this room. I've never seen anything like it. It's grown huge, and they're getting massive figs. And he tried to get me to eat the figs, and I can't. And it reminds me of the blessings that I had when I was a kid. I got so sick on figs when I was a kid at my grandparents' house in their yard. My grandparents probably had about an acre of property in town. And when I was a young kid, they would my granddad would lease like an acre where he would do like farming. But on this acre of property, I mean, we were poor. I mean, we didn't have a lot. We never went out to eat or whatever. But we had vegetables from that other acre that we would farm. And there was always chest freezers full of veggies and food that my granddad would kill.
Sure.
And then for fruit, I didn't even think about it because I grew up in it. My grandmother, when they bought that property, planted an apple tree. She planted a pear tree. She planted 2 fig trees. She planted 2 plum trees. She had a cherry tree. I mean, she had a lot of fruit trees. And I thought they were, decorative or what. No, they were to can. I mean, and so I had so many fig preserves when I was a kid. They were always on the table. And I can still eat plums. I cannot eat figs anymore. But
well, at least they're real.
They're real, and I think about my grandmother every time I see a fig. So there you go. That's it. That's how we play all the best words. Kids, like and subscribe. Do us a favor. Tell a friend or a neighbor. Would you pick up your telephone and tell a friend or a neighbor to watch Cameron and Matt on all the best words? I think that'd be a good idea.
That'd be great. We'd appreciate that.
We would appreciate that very much, and we'll send you a couple bucks next time on all the best words.